just watch the clock here. See what she's going to give us here in Kingston. 52.76. It's going to be Gabby Thomas. Asher Smith might just hang on here.
Seeing Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone and Gabby Thomas almost effortlessly dominate the track is nothing out of the ordinary. Breezing to a win is, in fact, kind of a given for Sydney and Gabby. For Sydney.
For right now, enjoying the slams and just trying to be the best overall athlete.
Gabby, too, looked as cool as a cucumber when she said,
Everyone ran amazing and I'm really proud of what I did. It definitely does hurt. I mean, it takes a lot of grit, a lot of mental effort.
Who's even surprised at this point, really? As many of you are probably aware by now, the first of 4 meets of Michael Johnson's new track league kicked off a few days ago. The inaugural season of the new Grand Slam track league that the US sprinting legend is spearheading got underway in Kingston, Jamaica. There, many of the world's top sprinters, hurdlers, and middle distance runners competed for one of the biggest prize purses in the history of the sport. Grand Slam track is a new series of professional track meets, also referred to as slams, aimed at promoting head-to-head competition, creating rivalries, and creating more exposure for athletes. It has been spearheaded by Johnson, who was a 4-time Olympic gold medalist for the US and an 8-time world champion between 1991 and 2000. After the recently concluded Kingston meet, additional Grand Slam meets will be held in early May in Miami, May 30th to June 1st in Philadelphia, and June 27th to 29th in Los Angeles. Each 3-day meet will feature 24 men's and women's elite-level racers, competing against 24 men's and women's challengers in 24 events. For context, there are 12 men's events and 12 women's events. Each athlete will then compete in the 2 events in their slam group: short sprints, long sprints, short hurdles, long hurdles, short distance, and long distance. However, none of the 4 Grand Slam track meets of the inaugural season will include any of the sport's 9 traditional field event competitions or any relays. Now, here's the interesting part. Grand Slam track will award a total of $12.6 million in prize money this year, spread among each of the 8 competitors in every race. Mind you, that is in addition to base compensation paid to racers and appearance fees paid to challengers. The winner of each slam group in every meet will pocket $100,000 in prize money, while the 8th place finisher will earn $10,000. 1 overall men's champion and 1 overall women's champion will be crowned at the end of the season based on points earned in each meet. Michael Johnson wants to make one thing clear: track doesn't need saving. But he does think it needs improving. Athletes signing up for Grand Slam track have been promised regular, meaningful races against their fiercest rivals, as well as more prize money than the sport has ever offered before. Most of the athletes suffer greatly because they aren't able to realize any value, said Johnson. Those athletes end up in situations where, many years later, and sometimes even in their careers, they're wondering, should I have made this choice? I love this sport, but I'm suffering financially. I'm suffering mentally trying to make a living in this sport. I'm having to rely on friends and family to help. And so, last fall and winter, Grand Slam locked in many of the world's top stars to participate, including Paris Olympic champions Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone and Gabby Thomas. When asked about how they felt as the event was about to start, Sydney said,
It's exciting. It's an exciting time, I feel like, for track and field. I think this is a cool opportunity for the athletes, for the sport, for the exposure.
She further added,
To see it come to fruition, everybody's really excited to be here, and so it's going to be really cool tomorrow just to see the energy in the atmosphere.
Gabby, too, had been looking forward to the event for a while now.
And hearing the concept for the first time, and I thought it was absolutely incredible. I'm an athlete that loves to race, and I love when the best show up.
Yeah, as the rest of the world knows, she is among the best.
So I'm a full believer in this concept, and I'm excited for it to actually come to fruition, and everyone's here, and everyone's excited, so I think it'll be good.
Well, as you all know, neither Sydney nor Gabby is just good at talking big. In fact, they're better at showing what they are made of. There's no question about that. From the moment the first starter's pistol cracked through the air, it was clear. This wasn't just a spectacle. It was serious competition with serious stakes. One of the biggest prize purses in athletics history on the line. Every athlete had something to prove, and the energy was palpable. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, the women's 400-meter hurdles world record holder, eased to victory in her signature event, clocking a world-leading time of 52.76 seconds at the Grand Slam track Kingston. McLaughlin-Levrone solidified her status as the favorite in the women's long hurdles classification, opening the professional athletics series in style with a measured but nonetheless speedy performance. Not surprisingly, Sydney ran with a confident ease, keeping a close eye on her nearest rivals while focusing on her own race. She strode away from the rest of the pack over the final straightaway, crossing the finish line well ahead of any challengers. 2 days later, the four-time Olympic gold medalist notched another win at the Grand Slam track's inaugural event in Kingston, Jamaica. The 400-meter hurdles world record holder put her talent into the 400-meter flat and ran an impressive 50.32 despite windy conditions for the win. Anything can happen. Just gotta execute, focus on yourself, and go out there and do what you know how to do, said McLaughlin-Levrone, who said she was tempted to attempt some of the circuit's other groups, including the short hurdles and long sprints. Winning the race is nothing for her, it seems. In light of this, Sydney took the long hurdle slam on the final day of Grand Slam track's Kingston event, as the novel athletics circuit wrapped up its inaugural meet after struggling with low attendance. Nevertheless, Sydney left the Jamaican capital $100,000 richer after winning her signature event and taking the 400-meter flat in a casual 50.32 seconds for the overall long hurdles title. Just gotta execute, focus on yourself, said McLaughlin-Levrone, who said she was tempted to attempt some of the circuit's other groups, including the short hurdles and long sprints. If you didn't know already, McLaughlin-Levrone is signed up for all 4 Grand Slam track meets this season. She will be looking to venture out into different categories, other than the 400-meter hurdles and 400-meter. We might do the 100 hurdles. We might do the 2, 4. So it's going to be a little bit of everything. I don't think it's just 4 hurdles, said McLaughlin-Levrone. Gabby Thomas did not disappoint either. For the first iteration of Grand Slam track, Thomas competed in the long sprint category, meaning she raced in the 200-meter and 400-meter dash. The Olympic champion won the first race at the inaugural Grand Slam track event in Kingston, Jamaica. Gabby set the pace in the 200-meter, crossing the line in 22.62 seconds. Mariletti Paulino, the Dominican Republic's Paris Olympics 400-meter gold medalist, was second with Britain's Dina Asher-Smith third. Normally, these early season meets were just practicing and feeling it out, Thomas shared. Here, the stakes are high, the prize pot is huge, and the level of competition is also really high. That's not something that we're really used to in our sport, and I think it's really good. She then joined the first group of Grand Slam track champions after running a personal best 400-meter in Kingston, Jamaica. Thomas's runner-up in the 400-meter on the second day, combined with her 200-meter victory the previous day, gave her the Grand Slam meet title for her long sprints group. "I'm not sure I've ever been more tired in my life," she said. "Going into that, I knew that was going to be one of the hardest races of my life, just because of the talent in the field." Mind you, Thomas is now the 7th fastest American in history in the 400-meter. She was already the 2nd fastest American in history in the 200-meter. Long story short, Gabby Thomas won the long sprints group to highlight Grand Slam track's 3-day debut event, which continued from Kingston, Jamaica with 8 events. Would this athlete have as dominating a start to the season as Sydney and Gabby? See for yourself.